welcome back to my channel. It's Fuzzy here as always, and I'm grateful for you all guys to click back and watch this video. I'm here today again with my mom.
Hello, hi viewers.
Thank you ever so much for the comments from my previous videos. I absolutely appreciate those who called, who messaged, and obviously texted different topics that you guys wanted to watch. And so back to today's video, we had a question and we are basically going to talk about something that not many people talk about, which is distant relationships. So today, obviously because I'm with my mom is going to be doing the talking and everything else. But yeah, obviously, like, I'm also going to talk to, you know, my point of view is, you know, one person who is or has, you know, been involved in a distant relationship. So, yes, over to you, Mom. What do you think about distant relationship?
Distant relationship, what I always believe in is love has no distance,
Right.
Love has no boundary. If you love someone, it's irrespective of where they are.
Right.
And the time I experienced like a distant relationship, like with your dad, is when I was training.
Okay.
And he was in Blueo, I was in Mutare. And out of Mutare, far away, and we were communicating. And you know, like during our times, we didn't have so much social media.
Of course. Oh, there was no social media at all.
Yes, and I remember very well when I was doing my nursing training that we would go into the dining room. That's where letters would come. Or if he makes a phone call.
The letter age, not Stone Age, letter age.
And the phone call would come to the reception. I didn't have a mobile phone.
Right.
And it would come to the reception, and we used to have one of the administrators who would be calling, like we had flats where we were living as students, and then he would be calling and saying, calling your name loud, and then, there's a phone call for you, and then I can imagine. Then you come.
I bet they will not say who it is, because I can imagine it's like, there's a phone call for you.
And then it's done. Then at times you just answer, they've gone to the shops, and then you would put the phone down. So what used to happen, like when a parcel comes and letters, because we'll be writing so many letters, that's how it was. And this is where I experienced. And for years, I was away and he was away, and would meet once in a long time.
Right.
But one thing that I gathered from that is, when you are in love, it's irrespective of distance. And you never get to a point where you think otherwise, that, oh, maybe that boy is with someone or that girl is with someone. Because already you're committed and you love that person. And it's sad to know that, like, if you're in love with somebody, let's say like Dad was in Bulawayo and I was down there, and then he's busy doing other things, and or me, I was chipping and down there and I'm busy doing other things. It's sad. Because when you're in a long distance relationship, you love that person, you've given your heart to that person, you believe in that person, you trust in that person, and in some cases it's a relationship that will come to fruition, and you become, you get married. So it's like you are really committed. I know, yes, there are pros and cons to distance relationships. With some...
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Like,
you know,
the pros,
yes,
the pros and cons of it. Because, I mean, like, you know, like that stigma that people get, especially like if somebody is out of this country or out of, you know, USA, Canada, Australia, or any other countries like that. And then like you're dating somebody in a different country, and then everybody's just like, they're gonna, you know, they want to get with you because of this, they want to get with you because of that. I mean, what would you say about that? Obviously,
one thing that I believe in is the time that we're living in is very tricky.
We have
yes, we've got people who are conmen as well. We have read in papers where people are conning people out of thousands with the quotation of love. I love you. I've dropped this. I'm missing this. Please, can you send me money?
Oh, no.
I think when you love each other, it's not material. Because when somebody starts to say, I want money, can you send me this? Put a question mark. Because during our time, boys used to take care of us. When I was dating your dad, he's the one who would pamper me. But it can be vice versa, like the age that you're living in. Some even get to a point where they sponsor their boyfriends. People do it out of love. And love can blind somebody to an extent that even if someone tells you that, I don't think this person is good enough for you, because you are madly in love. So this is why I always say to you, like my daughter, to say, when you find somebody that you really love, or God has blessed you with somebody that you love, have time to pray for it.
Of course.
Because we are Christians, we strongly believe that prayer works. Things will come, trials will come, temptations will come, hardships will come, but we pray for them for God's covering.
Yeah.
And with a distant relationship, it's an advantage. At times you nurture each other and you don't get bored easily. Because it's like when you wake up, they are next door or they are nearby and they are talking to you, they want to see you. They are changing their direction.
I need to work, I'm coming down.
They are changing their direction
Yeah.
to see you. At times you get to a point where you're just fed up and bored, it's too much, and then you bore each other quickly and then pew, pew, pew. But then in some cases, when you are far away, you long to see each other. I remember when I went for training far away and I left your dad, I wouldn't, a month, at the end of the month, knowing that I was going home to see the one I love, it was so special.
Yeah.
And it was like we are starting all over again because we are far away. At times, when you are far away, you give each other time to think and revisit whether they really want a commitment. Because the temptations and the trials that comes when you are far away and somebody gets to a point where they stick to you and you know this person really loves me. But like what you asked it again to say, some want to some take it as an advantage. Like you are in this country or somebody's abroad. I've heard somebody who asked me that same question to say, Mommy, does this boy love me or is that there for papers? I don't think that's something that we put in front to say, oh, maybe they want to come to England. Some are stable enough wherever they are. And it's not that they love you because of papers, because that girl was telling me the boyfriend was saying, I want you to stay in Africa because he's doing very well. It's not everyone abroad who is doing well, you know that. And some people's blessings are abroad, not in England. So it's not the point that when a boy loves you, they want papers. Some, they don't even need your papers. They genuinely love you as an individual. They love you the way you are, with or without things that people might expect. So
society.
Yes.
And the fact that, you know, like most obviously, like I said in the beginning, that the stigma is what basically kind of like makes people paranoid or kind of like think about, oh my God, what if? Or oh my God, is this real or what? But I think it's an absolutely, you know, important point that it's love that basically like makes you guys, you know, think or kind of like get together knowing that you're absolutely in love with each other. And I think that's a very, very, very important point that you've said. So.
And it's very important, Fadzi, to know that in the first place, if a boy proposes to you, they are far away. Is it because there are no other girls around?
Absolutely not. And it's the same thing as you know, being in the other countries, isn't it? There'll be many guys who are after you, but I think like love basically draws you near. Yes. Because I'm one person that believes in energy. So when I mean energy is like, you know, when you speak to somebody, you can, I don't know, girls there, you can back me up in the comment section below. Like if you meet a guy and you speak to them for just a week, 7 days, I'm talking about 7 days, you can basically make up your mind if you want to be with that guy for the rest of your life or not. Or if you're gonna, if you know them ones where you think like, is this gonna work? Like actually know in a very short space of time if you want to be with somebody. So yeah.
And like what you rightly say, that's the way you sit, like you feel it,
Yeah,
that you
energy
really love
matters.
that, you
Energy.
love that person.
The
And
positivity.
one thing that I want to tell you is, a relationship can also fail even if the boyfriend is next door,
Absolutely right.
his neighbors, or his what is meant to be will
Yes.
be. If God has sealed it, it will be.
Yeah.
Irrespective of that, the boyfriend is in Africa, in America, in Asia, in Europe, wherever. If God has meant it to be, you don't even put in an effort. God would have predestined you.